Thank you, Mr. Navarrete, for that introduction. And thank you, Brian and Gabby, for writing phenomenal speeches that I now have to go after. But in all seriousness, you are both incredible. Now, this wouldn't be a valedictorian speech if I didn't spend a little bit of time expressing gratitude. So, Mom, Dad, thank you so much for everything you've done to support me these tiring and expensive 18 years. My friends and little sister, thank you for bringing so much joy into my life, even if you do make fun of me sometimes. Teachers, thank you for teaching me how to take a derivative and also how to think on my own. And of course, class of 2025, thank you for making these 12 years chaotic and memorable. But truly, thank you all for giving me the honor to speak to you today. You will likely regret it. This might be a drag. You see, while you're staring at one of Glendale Prep's valedictorians, you are also staring at an 18-year-old kid who's trying to figure out her life. Tips are appreciated. The title of valedictorian does not mean I know what I'm doing. It does not mean I'm the most intelligent in the room, and it certainly does not mean that my whole life has been a story only of success. I have failed a lot. I am human, and I have had hardship. But I have made it through that hardship, and I have become better from it. Class of 2025, so have you. This moment, this room, and this stage represent the last 12 years of hardship that we have gotten through. We have gotten through Spalding. We have gotten through 6th grade Latin. We have even gotten through calculus. But moreover, we have gotten through our own personal struggles. So whether that was injury, loss, or heartbreak, I want you all to know that you are strong for moving through your hardships. Be proud of yourself and remember that you can, and you will get through the hard things in your life. The question is, how will you end up afterwards? Stronger or weaker? We are standing at the border of childhood. And as we cross that line into being adults, life is going to get more difficult. Yes, even more difficult than calculus. But you have the power to choose what you make of that difficulty. That is the message I want to leave you with. Life isn't fair, but life isn't about what is fair. It's about how you make things right with yourself. But Natalie, what are you talking about? What do you mean make things right with yourself? I'll get to that, I promise. But first, I want to tell you about this year. To be completely honest, this was probably the hardest year of my life. I mean, I thought this was senior year, the best year of high school. And then all these unexpected and difficult circumstances showed up in my life. I sat there going, come on, man. This isn't how it's supposed to go. Why is this happening to me? It happened because life isn't fair. Now, people would tell me, but you did nothing wrong, to try and make me feel better about that. And I really do thank them for trying. But it didn't quite make me feel better. Because at that moment, it didn't matter whether I was or wasn't to blame. It didn't matter what was or wasn't fair. What mattered was whether I had the power to change what happened. And when I was told you did nothing wrong, I felt like I lost that power. I felt helpless. That's when I told myself, I'm not going to be helpless or powerless. I'm not going to throw a tantrum because life isn't fair. I'm going to do something to make it better. I'm going to make it right with myself. And I did. You might know me as someone who smiles, but the reason I do, and the reason my physics class knows me as the hyper-energetic and sometimes annoying student who somehow knows the answers, isn't because I haven't had hardship. It's because I chose how to respond to that hardship, and it wasn't by letting it dictate my life. When my grandma got sick, or when people I knew moved away, I didn't drown myself in questions of Why is this happening? Instead, I spent more time with my grandma and cherished her memories more. Instead, I focused on all the ways I could stay in touch with people from a distance. I figured out how to make things right with myself. So finally, what does that mean? It means that we have to accept what happens, do something about it, and become stronger from it. The only thing you can control is yourself. So don't throw that control away. Neither people nor circumstances can dictate your life unless you let them. Don't let them. That's like letting the anchor boy steer your ship when you are the captain. If he crashes your ship, are you going to blame him? Well, maybe. But you were the one who let him steer your ship in the first place. You let that circumstance steer you into the rocks. Don't let circumstances steer your life. There's this quote by Jimmy Dean that says, "I can't change the direction of the wind, but I can adjust my sails." So while you might not be able to change the difficult circumstances that blow your way, you are able to change your mindset. You are able to make things better. Life isn't fair, but if you sit there and put the fault on outside circumstances, if you sit there and blame everything else around you, if you sit there and say, "I didn't succeed because this happened or that happened," then you trap yourself. You give up all your power to the anchor boy or the wind because you are directing your life with things you can't control. And I'm not saying that we should take the blame for everything. I'm not saying that everything that goes wrong is our fault. But I am saying that we can't let outside circumstances give us an excuse to sail into the rocks. I'm going to bring up one more quote, this time by Oprah Winfrey. "Failure is not falling down, it's staying down." Are you going to stay down? Are you going to sit waiting like a damsel in distress for some Prince Charming to save you? Stop hoping for something to happen to you. You need to start making something happen. And let me tell you, you can make something happen. Class of 2025, you can make something happen. I believe in each and every one of you. So as we cross the line into adulthood, don't let hardships take you away from your goals. In fact, make those hardships take you to your goals. Often we see people at the peak of their success, but in reality, they went through hardship to get there. In reality, their hardship was the stepping stone to their success. But it will only be a stepping stone if you choose to step on the stone. Okay, that sounds more stupid when I say it out loud. But I mean it. You have to choose to make something out of your pain. You have to choose to make the hard and unfair things in life right with yourself. You are the only one who controls whether you stay down and fail or get up and succeed. And I say, we succeed. I know we are about to get thrown into college, into taxes, into a whole new chapter of our lives. But like Brian said, we have been prepared for that chapter. Like Gabby said, we will find people to support us in that chapter. The only thing left for us to do is to take the wheel of the ship called our lives and not let anything take it away. Then we will succeed. At this point, I was going to give you my closing remarks, but I want to first express one last statement of gratitude. I want to thank my dog, Nala, for giving me so much joy in my life, especially through the hard times. Though she is no longer with us as of almost 2 weeks ago, she will forever be in my heart, teaching me to have faith in God and in myself. So thank you, Nala, for knowing all the tricks I taught you. And thank you for reminding me that I can get through the hard times. Graduates, you can get through the hard times and become stronger from them. For you are the captain of your ship. No wind, no person, no hardship can stop you. Only you can stop you. So I ask, when unfair circumstances knock you down, will you pout about it or will you get up? When you face hardship, how will you end up afterwards? Weaker or stronger? Life isn't fair, but life isn't about what's fair. It's about how you make things right with yourself. And that's empowering. We all can succeed no matter what. And I believe we all will. So, class of 2025, slap unfairness in the face and go do something great. Thank you.